It's People Station V103 ATL's number one for hip hop and R&B. I am your lifestyle specialist, Kenny Burns. And ladies and gentlemen, the biggest election of our lifetimes is coming. That's right, November 3rd. But today is the last day for early voting. You must show up and show out. But before you do, I have a legend on the phone. That's right, Hall of Fame running back Herschel Walker. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing well, and I thank you for having me on. When I'm in Atlanta, I listen to the V. I don't know if you know I live in, I have a place in Buckhead, so I'm always listening to you guys, so I'm honored to be on with you.
Yeah, you're one of the first superstar athletes, and I'm sure well endorsed, so I'm sure you have places all over the place. Welcome to the Kenny Burns Show, big brother.
Hey, thank you. I tell you what, I've been blessed. God has blessed me, and so I keep trying to do my thing.
That's right. Well, there's some controversy a little bit because you are a hometown hero here. You went to the University of Georgia. You inspire so many young black men who became running backs after seeing your efforts. You've recently obviously been a part of campaigns, which we're actually running here on V103, supporting Trump. And there's just a lot of, inconsistencies on why we feel as black men you shouldn't be. And I want to get your take on it.
Well, you know what it was is I never thought I'd be doing anything in the political world. And, I sat back as I was watching all this stuff go on, and I kept hearing them call him a racist. And I don't know if people know, when I left the University of Georgia, I ended up playing for Donald Trump. But I didn't just play for him. We became friends, his family and my family. A matter of fact, we traveled together. His kids stayed with me during the summer a lot, so we became real close friends. And I said I wanted to speak out for him and tell people this guy's not a racist. This guy loves America. And then all of a sudden, when I said, Herschel, you're campaigning for him, I said, well, I don't know about that. I started educating myself. And as I started educating myself, I started seeing some things that I didn't like.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Come on, Herschel.
Guys, I'm going to give you the truth.
Come on, Herschel.
Whether you like it or not, but I'm just tell you what I know, and it's not coming from a campaign. It's just coming from what Herschel Walker has researched himself.
Listen. So I'm feeling like that we about to have some information here that you're going to share with us that you don't agree with some of the things Donald Trump has done, correct?
Some of the things he's done, I don't agree with him tweeting all the time. I've told him that he shouldn't tweet all the time, but at the same time, I see the mainstream media is not going to get out what he says anyway, so I reckon that's the only way he can get it out. But, everybody has their faults, and I've told people that many times. Everybody has their faults, but for what this guy can do for the United States, there's no doubt he's the right one to be elected right now. And I tell people, you look at who's running for office right now. You have Joe Biden and you have Donald Trump. Do you really, really want Joe Biden competing or negotiating a deal for you against all these other powerful leaders in the world?
Yeah. Herschel.
Compared to Donald Trump.
Yeah, Herschel.
Guys, I hate to tell you, Joe Biden can give you maybe 2.5 hours, whereas Donald Trump can give you 24 hours, and he's going to be fighting for the United States of America. And you see that from the jobs he's bringing back that was given away years ago.
Yeah, I want to interject.
And he hasn't been doing it for a vote. That's one thing I try to tell people. This guy didn't do this for a vote. He did it because it was the right thing to do, and that's what means more to me than anything.
Yeah, I think, and listen to you talk. I mean, you clearly had money for a long time, but I'm thinking about humanity when I look at who's leading the free world, right? Who's leading us and representing us as a country. And when I think about, just his current actions, we're not going to go back to the Central Park Five and how he wanted them, dead and killed when they were innocent. I'm not going to talk about him calling your fellow brothers, mothers, bitches, because he called black men kneeling sons.
You're taking things way out of context, which is okay.
No. I just want to say.
I tell people, guys, there's more to that statement than what you're making.
Yeah, no, but it's his efforts, right? Attacking and mocking it.
And one thing I do like what you and I are doing, and I tell people this: what you and I are doing is we're debating very honestly. And
yeah, absolutely. Two black men.
Whereas today, people now will hurt you if you say you like Donald Trump. Guys get really scrutinized. People try to hurt you and all this. And I'm like, guys, where do we become a country that you can't get along? Where do we become a country that you can't have an
No,
opinion?
absolutely. I just had John Ossoff on, for instance, who, went against Purdue last night. And he asked him a simple question about corruption. And my thing, Herschel, is not about, I think racism is being trumped, no pun intended, by classism. I feel like it's the haves and the have-nots. And that's where the problem lies. I mean, it's evident he is stirring the racial pot, with, stand back, stand down, with, things he's doing. These are not sound bites.
You got that out of context, too.
How?
Question asked to him.
No, but how?
The Proud Boys. He said, I don't even know who they are. And to be honest with you, I didn't know who the Proud Boys was either until I looked it up. I looked it up myself. The Proud Boys is not a racist group. They're a group that has black, white. They have a lot of different people in it. And I said, that's the problem. People take different things out of context. And I said, let's talk about Biden for a moment. You remember before he even Obama even brought him in, he called Obama one of the clean ones, intelligent ones. And who is a one? And also, every crime bill that happened since 1976, Biden has been behind it. He didn't even want us with his kids. Let's forget about all that right there. Let's forget all about that. The thing that I told people that mean more to me than anything, I watched the Democratic Party want to remove God from everything. I'm a Christian. I love the Lord Jesus Christ. And I tell people this here, if God can't come in that house, that's a house Herschel Walker not going in.
And you really think Donald Trump cares about God?
No, I know that. I've been there. I've been to church with him. See, that's what I tell people. I'm telling you what I know and what I see. And let's be honest. If I know it, that means that it's true because I've been there. But you see them removing God from things. And I say, if God can't go there, Herschel not going. And then you also see that from the beginning, they never wanted him in office. And let's talk. In the Russian hopes, they wasted all the taxpayer money on a lie. They continue to tell these lies of things they're doing. And one of the major things, now listen to this. You can see this, and you've probably seen it. You remember the interview that Wolf Blitzer was doing with Nancy Pelosi? I was watching this interview on tape. I haven't just seen it on tape.
I saw it on CNN.
She said some things that were very powerful that people don't pay attention to, and that's what I tell people as guys. Since I gotten involved, I've educated myself. I started looking at things. She said in her own mouth, and she thought it was going to be an easy conversation, but it wasn't easy. He started pushing her, and she said, don't you worry about it, Wolf. You don't know anything about negotiations. Like Wolf Blitzer, not a smart man. But then she said, we take care of them. We feed them. It's like we're on a plantation. And I said, well, first of all, I don't need you taking care of my kids. I don't need you feeding my kids.
Yeah.
I don't need the government doing that. What I'd like for you to do is give me the opportunity to feed myself.
Yeah.
And if you look at everything, even today, you look at people pander to get a vote. Well, Donald Trump never pandered to get a vote. What he did for the historical black colleges, which people don't want to acknowledge, which could have been done by presidents in the past.
But that was bipartisan, though. That wasn't him on his own. And Latinos are lumped into that.
He didn't know that was happening, but people came in to see other presidents. They didn't do it. Now, let's be honest. If you're going to argue, you got to argue fairly.
Oh, we're not arguing. We're having a conversation.
When you do historical black colleges, you put in leaders, you put in educators, you put in doctors in societies. He did prison reform. That could have been done by presidents in the past. They didn't do that. He put in this opportunity zone. And now he came up with the Platinum Plan, which could have been done by presidents before. He didn't do it to try to get a vote. He did it because it was the right thing to do. So what person that's going to be a racist is going to try to build another community up that can take over you?
Yeah, let me just say this, though, Herschel. The Platinum Plan, where was that 4 years ago? I mean, I get that he's trying to do everything. I think he's trying to do.
This was going on.
I just want to get my points.
What was prison reform 4 years ago?
I just want to get my point. I just want to get my points across, if you let me.
Go ahead.
He's saying the Platinum Plan, which is now, of course, because there's an election. Then also with the historically black college.
No, not for the election. See, I think you just said for the election. No.
Before. I said before. Just before. We're hearing about the Platinum Plan before the election. Right. That's all I'm saying. Can I finish? Can I finish, Herschel? I'm just trying to.
The election came about. He wasn't doing it just for the election.
All I'm saying is we're now hearing about it before the election. That has not 4 years ago that we didn't hear about this. So also too with the HBC. Well, can I just?
You're not telling me the reason why the mainstream media is not letting you know a lot of things this guy has done.
Yo, Herschel, I'm with you. I just want to say my points. That's all, brother. So again, and we're having a conversation. We're not even debating. I'm just saying that's.
I'm so glad you're doing this because I tell people to help me out. Understand? So
Yeah, and I want to give you your opportunity to speak your mind, so that's what we're doing. But I'm also saying that the Platinum Plan has no legal obligation or legislation in place to execute. 45 just passed.
Well, you know what's so funny? You ever heard of executive order, which is he's had to do those a lot.
Yeah.
These things passed because a lot of the people in the House don't even want to do anything for this man. Most everything that he's done has been him doing it himself. Now,
But he just passed Executive Order 13950 that prohibits federal funding based on race, sex, creed, but is so broad that it will eliminate any fairness and balance. I mean, these are all just like you are a researcher, I am, and I've been trying to kind of just, as you say things, kind of come to you with facts that I have on paper that are Googleable. Matter of fact, and all I'm saying is everything he's done has bias, and it has bias. And again, that's why I use the word classism.
Now, it's bias. It's important on who's looking at it and who's understanding it.
No, but it's facts. Herschel.
It's who's looking at it, who's understanding.
No, but it's haves and have-nots.
This election right here. Go into this election right here.
Yeah.
Do you think? Now you better be honest. Do you think Joe Biden can be president of the United States of America? His health, what he's doing, he can't. Everyone get excited that he can make a 20-minute speech. Is he prepared right now, healthily and mentally, to be president of the United States?
Absolutely. They are 4 years, three or 4 years apart. He absolutely is. And on top of that, he has the most equipped and sound running mate in Kamala Harris.
Now, let's go to Ms. Harris for a moment. You brought her up. I didn't bring her up.
Yeah.
And now we're not going to go to what happened in her past. We won't go to that. Let's go to today. We're going to go to today. She called Biden a racist during the debate, did she not?
She said that the plan.
No. Did she call him a racist?
I didn't see that. I know. Well, first of all, Herschel. If you're gonna ask me questions,
let me just finish.
No, you gotta let me finish. You're not letting me finish.
When he was accused of sexual assault, is that not correct?
Listen, you're not letting me. You're saying things, and then I'm trying to respond, and you cut me off every time.
Okay, go ahead.
I am a victim. I went to jail because of the laws in the 80s. No one can talk about anything if you haven't been through it. Just like you said, you had your personal relationship with Trump, right? I was a victim of those bills. And I was treated fairly because I did not have multiple felonies or charges. People always want to talk. The Congressional Black Caucus, 100% of the Senate were all aligned in some of these things. And the things that he did wrong, he admitted wrongdoing to. But I am a person that was convicted in that era from those bills. And I'm saying this to you. In the presidency of President Obama, there were things taken back. 32,000 people released because of unfair and unjust. I mean, and it's around that figure, but released because of unfair and unjust sentences. There were many things that What'd you say?
I think it was 3,200, wasn't it?
No, it was 30. It was 38,000, 32,000 or 38,000. Fun fact that for me real quick. But my thing to you is they spent 8 years repealing a lot of what was put in place in those eras.
What?
And they were fought.
So great,
but Herschel, I'm not finished. I'm almost finished. And all I'm saying, in that 8 years, they were faced with unmatched in the history of the presidency, unmatched unfairness in the House and in the Senate. So, and we saw that publicly. So all I'm saying, as we deal with facts, as we jump in and out of consciousness, we got to say what it is. Donald Trump also has a colorful past, and I mean that, pun intended.
Well, no, you can say that, but what I've been saying to people for a long time, when he came in and said he's going to drain the swamp, now you see that you said the House and the Senate are very swampy, because we look at the people that make the laws, and I've been saying, guys, we have to go with open hands. We as a people go to open hands up to Washington together, not fighting against each other, and get the people in Washington to change these laws. We get the people in Washington to change these laws, not fight among ourselves, because they the one who keep us fighting.
Yeah,
they're not
agreed.
doing anything to change anything.
Well, I
so
think
that's why I'm trying to tell people, guys.
Well, I
we
agree.
don't need to fight among us. The people in Washington, the one that's sitting back, are just like right now.
I agree.
With the stimulus money, they're getting paid.
I agree.
People not getting paid is people that need the money. But they're in Washington debating whether they need to send the money or not.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what we got to do. You mentioned it, the people there. We're in the 80s. I understand that. The things have moved from the 80s to now. And I said, guys, we as African American, we as brown people must stand up and say what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong.
Right, and racism, and racism.
Do it together.
Yeah, and I'm with you. And racism and classism.
And so that's why I said, guys, I'm not saying that you can't vote for Biden. I'm saying I don't think he can be president of the United States because what he's done and what he's continued to do, and I see his health. I see they don't want him to talk too long. They don't want him to make these mistakes. But he's going to be representing me. And I'm saying he's not ready. He's not a 24 hours a day job guy. And he needs someone that's going to be a 24 hours a day job guy that believes in America. Not believe in China, not believe in all these other countries, but believes in America that's going to bring these jobs back. And people talk about the middle class. How do you have a middle class unless you got somebody that got a business that's making people give them a job?
You know what? I agree with you on a lot of what you said. The only thing I have a problem with is how all the black people, including yourself, that are speaking on behalf of Donald Trump are all wealthy. No, it is. All the rappers.
It has nothing to do with money.
It has everything to do with money. Herschel, I want you to run.
See, I'm going to object to that. This has nothing to do with money. The reason I'm speaking on behalf of America. I'm not even speaking on behalf of
You can't. You got too much money. You got too much money.
I'm speaking on behalf of America.
You got too much money, Herschel.
Let me just finish this. I said it early on. When they try to remove God out of the everything, I don't want to be with them. When they try to take your freedom of speech away, they try to take your freedom, your right, your freedom of religion, your freedom of that, and that's what I'm speaking on.
But Herschel, I don't believe that's taking place, my brother.
I do. I see that taking place. They right now want to shut you down. You can't go to church, but you can go to Walmart. You can't go to church, but you can go out there and do peaceful protest. You can't go to church. You can do this. When they start trying to do that to you, and they don't want you to go to church, hey, church, and let me tell you this here. Just listen to what people tell you now. Listen to what they say. When you say, let's believe the science. Let's believe the science. And I said, guys, there's different scientists that say different things. There's different doctors that says different things, but there's only one Jesus Christ.
Yeah, nobody's ever comparing science to God. Nobody's ever comparing that.
You never heard anything about God. Have you heard them one time mention the Lord Jesus Christ? Have you heard him one time mention it?
I saw a photo.
Trump mention it.
I saw a photo out for Trump. I don't hear Trump.
You never heard Trump mention God?
He talks. Listen, you know what? We're going to agree to disagree about Trump.
Yeah.
I want to end it on this because you've inspired so many young black men. And they've, some have reached their dreams.
Well, I want to inspire black women as well.
No. Can I finish? Can I finish? I can't even give you a compliment. That's okay. All right. I just wanted to tell you, man, Georgia's a football state. You went to Georgia University, man. I know a lot of people personally were 10 years apart in age that, pursued their dreams because of you. And I was trying to give you your props for the people that I know. And I'm sure you are for your people as an entirety, men, women, and different. And I appreciate your time, man. I think a lot of times what people don't do is try to sit down and just hear the other person. And I wanted to hear you. We agreed on some things. We didn't agree on some things. And I appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you. And I love you and I just to talk off camera, just to talk. You can educate me on some things as well. And I think education is so important. So I think that's the most important thing is educating yourself and having knowledge.
Absolutely.
So I think that'll be awesome.
And I would love to talk to you offline. And I think you're an icon. And I just want you, just like you said, you're interested in the information. I would like to just share what I have so you can add to your recipe. That's all I would love to do that.
Because I tell you, knowledge is golden. And I would love that.
Okay, brother. I appreciate you, man. And this will play back in the probably the 4 o'clock hour.
All right. Hey, thank you now.
Okay, family. Keep going. Love. Peace.
Thanks now.